Alright, what's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. The book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon, Kindle, and Create Space. A link will be in the description box below as usual. This video is entitled, Where is Our Work Ethic? You know, society isn't what it used to be. And, that's what everybody says. People used to work hard. And I remember that stage where people say they want you to work smarter, not harder. And I understood it. But now people are working less. They're not working hard, or few people work hard, and most people swear they're working smart, but they're just lazy. And that's a problem, because partially the issue that adults have with the younger generation, or older generations have with younger generations, is their lack of ambition, drive, and their utter lack of a work ethic. But what's not being said is, there are people who never had a work ethic. There have been a lot of successful people in America. America is built and predicated to be on a country of people who were lazy, who manipulated their way into a position. Somebody else did the heavy lifting, and somebody else did the hard work. So this country isn't as hard working as its ideology makes it out to be, first and foremost. But nobody wants to talk about that. But what I see is, because of technology, people have to work less. And using all of these technologies, people are still lazy. You got a dishwasher, but you take forever just to put dishes in the dishwasher and put dishwashing liquid in the dishwasher and hit start. People don't have to hand wash clothes and put them on a clothes hanger in the backyard or side of the house anymore. But you let your clothes pile up to the heavens because you don't have a work ethic. One day a month I just put 80,000 pounds of clothes together, and you don't have. And for those people who do it in house, like myself, I find it funny when people have a designated day, that I'm gonna wash all my clothes now. I remember having to wash all my clothes at one time when I used to have to walk, damn near a mile, a half a mile away from where I lived at to go to a washateria, a laundromat. So because it's right there now, it's less and less and less. And that's a problem because our work ethic has diminished. Everybody needs to pay somebody to do something that they can do for themselves, which is a problem. People make complaints. You used to go to a store to try on an outfit and then, by process of elimination, pick something. Now you're doing it online. So the problem I'm having, and I'm saying with this is, where is the work ethic? It's because with all of these technological advances to make life easier, you would think that you would use that time to do something that may be your passion to push forward your life. And that's why I'm asking, where's the work ethic? Because most people, now that we have all this technology and this ability to do things faster than historically we've ever done it, we're wasting more time doing nothing than probably anybody in previous generations. Everything is so easy that people look at hard work, dedication, turning to TMT, TBE, baby. people look at hard work and dedication as something that's beneath them. You know, why I got to do it every day? For what? I could, you know, maybe get somebody online to do it, or I can get somebody in my family to do it, or get a friend to do it, or get some, you know, hope somebody comes along. And the reason to save me from my lack of work, because we live in a generation now where people actually have jobs, and they spend most of the day on their job on the phone. You're supposed to be doing work, but you're on the phone. So you even getting paid for a particular occupation, but you wasting time on that occupation on the phone bullshit. Doing things and talking about things that have nothing to do with your job, A. But two, that, you know, that are wasting time that you could be using working, B. And some people are using it to stall, to make extra money. And it's like, to spend it doing bullshit. You know, where's the work ethic? You know, because we have all this time and no passion, nobody, I'm not going to say nobody, but the idea of practicing and getting better at something is becoming a lost art. The idea of actually putting forth an effort is becoming a lost art. The idea of actually being committed to something is becoming a lost art. The idea of being self-motivated is becoming a lost trait. You know, the idea of studying whatever thing you're passionate about and sitting down and working at trying to do it the perfect way for 10, 15 minutes, an hour, or till you get it right is becoming unheard of. You know, and part of the wealth gap that has come, it isn't just the fact that society is basically skewed to have an advantage for some people and disadvantage other people, but also the wealth gap separates from people's willingness to outwork somebody. You know, nobody's committed to trying to be the best at whatever they want to be. No one is committed to being the best at something that they said that they wanted to be good at. You know, competition seems to be like something people run from. You know, you don't want to prove it. You know, you don't want to show somebody that you're the greatest, or you're on your path to be the greatest. And you see this from one generation to the next, and then you hear, you know, parents complaining about their children, you know, being lazy, but parents not understanding their kids see them as an example of what to be, and they're lazy. You know, you come home, you eat, you sit in front of the TV, you do nothing. You know, you might play video games. You know, they do. You make them do chores, but they see you doing anything. You just say you work. But they notice that you didn't work this job your whole life. You had other interests before you went to this place to get a paycheck, right? And the fact that you don't pursue your passions, you know, sometimes it's never looked at like, man, it's not a good, you know, that's not a, sometimes your kids don't want to, sometimes your kids could look at you like you're a hero, like a superhero when they're kids. And, but when they become teenagers and adults, they don't respect you because they realize their superhero, don't really want to be super anymore. And that's a problem. And they still want to be super. They still want you to be super. They still think you can do anything. And the fact that we limit ourselves so much in society is part of the issues of work ethic, because a lot of times, you know, it's not just that people are lazy. Sometimes people are more concerned with public opinion. You don't do you don't follow your instincts, and you don't follow your dreams and go for broke because you worried about what other people think. Fuck them. You know, because that's a vital thing that's missing in work ethic. Like, if something if something makes you feel alive and feel free, and you know, get your heart pumping and your blood racing, and your neurons firing, and it always just makes you feel like you have a purpose. You shouldn't give that up. And even if that's not your occupation, like even if it doesn't pay you, you should keep doing that. You know. And I think people forget that, because a lot of times, a lot of us are dying slow deaths because we're missing a work ethic. We're just existing and we're not living, because part of living is working, is improving. You know, it is progressing, it's growing, it's evolving. And when you get in a spot where you're not willing to do those things, or you're content or comfortable not doing, you know, not progressing, you're on a road to failure and death. So, you know, this is why I have an issue with this country missing its work ethic, because, to be perfectly honest, a lot of the complaints people have about America comes from our collective laziness. And, you know, our ability to live leisurely, or live in luxury, but never really live, because living takes work, and a lot of us don't want to do that. So we out. I'm gone. Peace.